for some wild alien pie recipes. Breathe in that technically suitable air.
Glorious day, don't you think?
Is mining on the schedule today?
Anything I can do for you?
Space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. And we're done. Feel free to land. Man, could I use a vacation? You heading outside the city? Be careful.
Apparently the corporate execs are talking about building their own private.
Ellie! Hello?
Welcome back, detectives.
Ellie, I sent you all the data from the mine already. As I'm sure you know.
Yes, I've been reviewing it. Sit down. Let's have a chat about it. Welcome back, you two. How was the trip to the mine?
You're gonna love this, Ellie.
Okay, someone better tell me. Come on.
We found the coordinates to Irvin's old work site and went there. Huge battle. Fire, explosions. Pew, 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 pew.
Barrett, please.
You should have seen the plants in there, too. Weird stuff. Anyway, you read over the documents we found there, right? What do you think?
What you both found in that mine is remarkable. These documents show that the chemicals released by the mining process contaminated the ecology even before Irvin was tasked with removing the predators. And they also show that Helgi informed Hephaestus of the issue, and it was repeatedly ignored. And with that, I think we've got ourselves a case, my friends.
Yes! That's what I wanted to hear, Ellie. Woo!
Yes, but it's still likely to lose. Because what we really need now is Helgi as our witness, and that is a problem. Helgi isn't an ideal witness at all. He was our star witness the first time, and he never showed up. Plus, he's got a reputation around town. After he quit, he went a bit weird.
I can handle a bit weird. I know the captain can too.
Clearly. But the judge might feel differently. It might be worth finding some character witnesses too while you're looking for him. I'm glad you're taking it in stride. It's just, for a case with this much science, we need the man who wrote the claims to back them up. Maybe even explain it in layman's terms. We could, but I think we'd lose the case, bluntly. We can verify these documents are real, but Hephaestus can counter by attacking Helgi's character. They'll label him a disgruntled employee and then find a dozen independent scientists to confirm Irvin was at fault. But with Helgi in court, he can explain the science and help me challenge any countering theories during cross-examination. That's also a bit tricky. He's hard to find. Doesn't really stay in one place for long. You might ask Dr. Kayala. She checks up on folks who fall through the cracks sometimes. You'd have to convince her to tell you where he is. That might be hard.
Sounds like we're making a stop at the med clinic. We'll be back when we convince Helgi to be a witness.
Listen, if he refuses, then he refuses. Can't force him.
Yeah, we don't want to press him too hard. The last thing we need is him refuting what he wrote. This is going to take a light touch, but I think we can handle it.
Sometimes I hide outside the door to Lizzie's bar. So many swear words.
Do you need medical assistance? Are you injured? Is there something I can help you two with?
Do you happen to know Dr. Helgi Hodgson? We're trying to get his help with something.
Sorry, who are you exactly?
We're detectives. Self-taught and unaffiliated. Freelance detectives. With the emphasis on the free part.
Wait, what? Detectives? Sorry, I don't think I know what you're talking about. No, not really. I mean, there's Irvin the Slaughterer and Irvin the Scourge of Gagarin, but I doubt that's the same person, right? I treat anyone who walks in my doors, if I'm able to. I'm sorry, I'm not a tour guide. You'll have to ask somebody else.
We're trying to help him. And Gagarin, actually.
Ellie's a good person. That bodes well, but I can't violate my oaths. I'm sorry. Listen, I can say that Helgi took up a job working at Clint's store just down the way. I saw him there stacking boxes the last time I picked up an order. I've got to get back to my work here, so if there's nothing else... If it's patient medical records you're after, I'll remind you, I'm not at liberty to discuss that.
We're thinking of taking Hephaestus to court with Dr. Hodgson as a witness. Now, given his situation, we're worried the defense might cast aspersions on his character, even question his mental health.
That's unfortunate, but not surprising. Look, if he agrees to testify and grants me permission, I could vouch for his well-being.
Thanks, Doc. If he does end up testifying, we'll definitely need you for the trial. Ellie Yankton will be in touch.
No promises, given patient confidentiality, but I'll do my best. I need to get back to my work now, if you don't mind.
Trade in a little bit of everything here. Except mechs. Too old to be dealing with that black market stuff. May not look like much, but there are some quality pieces in here. Just gotta find them.
Funny you ask, because I'd like to know too. He owes me a sizable debt. Nobody is going to know where he is aside from someone who knows the underbelly of Gagarin. And that is Lizzie up at the bar. That's who you need to ask. You sure you got the right person? Helgi and I have had several run-ins in the past. Me? Borrow from Helgi? Not that I recall.
We just need someone to serve as his character witness, given your long-standing reputation in the city.
Sure, I can say a few words. I like Helgi, but fair warning, I'm not gonna lie for him. If I'm testifying under oath, it'll be full of the good and the bad.
Wouldn't expect anything less.
The Terrabrew kiosk still busted? I swear, Weston.
Buzz off, all right?
Ah, yes. The detectives. I heard about you.
A reputation already? I'm impressed.
Slow news day, I guess. There are very few secrets here in Gagarin, my friend.
Just makes the ones that exist much more expensive.
It is what it is. I serve drinks here, friend.
We were told that you are a local crime.
We serve drinks here. Here's a list of our specials for today.
There's nothing on here.
Oh, that's strange. Here, let me fix that. Don't worry, it's just the one sale today.
Oh, right. Of course, it's a number. Here you go, Captain. All yours.
Thanks for your patronage. Sending your receipt directly to you now. We'll be sure to leave a glowing review for your establishment. Don't worry. Don't cook yourself out there. Thanks again for the liquor. Should be armed and ready when the power suits start wandering in. Now, what can I get for you? Wait, so let me get this straight. You want the bartender to testify he's not a lousy drunk? All right, I'm no lawyer, but seems like a bad move. Also, it sounds like work. And I don't work for free.
If it's about creds, you might earn a lot of brownie points with the locals if you helped with that. Points they'd spend at your bar.
As long as I'm still alive to spend it. But fine. If you get Helgi to show up, I'll take some of the heat off of him. See ya.
Have you ever met a pirate? Were you scared?
I've been trying to get a transfer to New Atlantis. Pays better, climate better.
I don't suppose you're here to tell me I've won a ticket to a new planet, huh?
Sorry, Doctor. Not today. We came to Gagarin to investigate Irvin Mandani's contract with the mining company a long time ago. Ring any bells?
Irvin, yeah. Biologist. Hunter. Yeah, I remember him. Why? Who are you people? Then find the history slate. An ancient history slate. Because that's what it is.
Please. Irvin was once one of your colleagues. He was the one Hephaestus blamed for an ecological disaster about 20 years ago. Do you remember any of that?
No, I don't remember lies. He passed on. That's a kick in the pants, isn't it? Well, sorry for your loss and all that, but I can't bring back the dead or anything. So you can go now. Thanks.
Look, I know this is strange. we show up out of the blue about things that happened decades ago. But right now, nobody save us knows the truth. And that means we're the only ones who can clear Irvin's name.
And what of it? You probably think the sky is blue too. Well, you'd be wrong. It's whatever color Hephaestus says it is.
Only if you let them. You're a scientist. Your words matter. That's why we need you to testify.
Testify? The trial is over, the verdict rendered. In case you two clowns didn't get the memo. Because I tried before, and they threatened me. 20 years ago. I still wake up in fear almost every night. They said if I ever left Gagarin, I left my wife to protect her. She didn't deserve any of this. Any of my mess. Believe it or not, I don't need or want your money. I made enough of it by working for massive mining corporations. I don't need to risk anything else. I remember not to talk with people who come asking questions about powerful corporations. Ellie Yankton? But why? It doesn't matter. Nothing's changed. I cannot do that. Why is this so hard to understand here? Yeah, you may have a point. You got a point. Hephaestus' scientists will just say my theories are unfounded without me to defend them. And so what if it does? The ground don't got any say, it just gets stepped on over and over again. Here's my thought. The case you have is the same as before. There is no guarantee you will win. And I don't want to get myself killed over a verdict that won't actually change anything. So no, I won't testify for you. Count me out of your plans.
Okay, we get it. You don't have to testify. But if I could ask for one favor, Ellie could use some help with the defense. Any information you can give her. Records, proofs, things to help lay out the science.
Fine. I can do that. I can get her in touch with a colleague. Someone who can verify whatever evidence you've got. Miss Yankton can even call them as a witness. Might even help your case. You'll have an expert reading my notes, and not a drunk.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah, don't get all mushy on me now. I need a drink.
Gagarin was a one-industry city for a long time. Now, we got a little bit of everything.
Our last head of security was a real hard ass. Now it's cheap.
It's a shame we couldn't convince Helge to testify. But at least we'll have someone who can back up his work.
Okay, you two, lay it on me. Did you find Helge? Did he agree to testify?
Well, we've got good news and bad news. Which do you want first?
Ugh, I hate this game. Just give me the bad news first.
The bad news. Helge declined to be our witness. But the good news is he's going to refer a colleague to testify on his behalf. That means confirming the scientific veracity of every document we've gathered, and challenging any ringers the defense hires to dispute it.
Well, at least we don't have to worry about any character assassination. And having an independent party examine the data isn't the worst idea either. I'm going to view this as a win. Well, you two have done all that you could. Now it's time to hand the baton off to me.
What do you think, Ellie? Do we have a chance?
You've done a pretty decent job gathering evidence for this case.
So what's the verdict? In this case, I'd say spoilers are appreciated.
I am cautiously optimistic we can win this case.
Optimism is good, especially from you, Ellie.
The main thing is we'll be able to clear Irvin's name. Of that, I have no doubt. As for charging Hephaestus with a crime and clearing Helge, that's more of an uphill battle, but I'll see what I can do. All in all, though, really outstanding work. We wouldn't have gotten this far without your efforts. And I've got to imagine that wherever Irvin is, he appreciates it too.
Agreed, Ellie. And thanks for being our anchor in this. We should probably get out of Ellie's way and let her do her thing. We can talk more in private. Wow, we actually did it! Solved the case, and hopefully cleared Irvin's name. I feel like, what's the old saying? A great weight has been lifted off my shoulders? But it's actually true. I feel like I'm 80% biomass and 20% aerogel. It's a substance that is literally lighter than air, depending on the planet. Habitable planets tend to range from 1 to 2 milligrams per cubic centimeter. Most aerogels are about 1/10 of that. I feel like I'm currently hovering in that territory, give or take 1/10. You're right, but I'm confident Ellie's correct about the outcome. If nothing else, the court of public opinion is going to side with Irvin. If we lose, we can always leak the docs to SSNN. I hope so. It's always a tug-of-war between the workers and the mining corps. But there's one thing we've got in our favor. There's more of us than there are of them. All it takes is for the people to realize it. Ellie would know better than I, but I doubt it'll be anytime soon. These things tend to involve a lot of red tape. It's a special kind of adhesive that makes you stick to old filing cabinets and manila envelopes. I'm feeling great. Although I could do with some wine and cheese. Why stop at emotional satisfaction when we can indulge in the culinary too? But if I can be serious for a moment, thank you. I couldn't have done this without your help. That makes 2 of us. 3 if you count Harvey. And who wouldn't? He's practically family. In fact, Harvey's got a little explorer in him too. According to this slate I found, turns out that our spiky friend's been all across the galaxy. I doubt it. Harvey's a wanderer. Getting lost is how he finds his way home. We've been through a lot, haven't we? I had forgotten what it was like to work with someone so closely. On top of everything else we've done together and with Constellation, yeah, I think so. Investigating Irvin's case with you is something I'll remember forever. I've come to realize that some events, some people, stand out as pillars of my life. It's whatever leaves an impression on you, right? Moments that define our lives, where our future diverged from our expectations. People who changed you, or people you've changed. When I packed my lunch the other day, I thought of my grandmother doing the same for me as a child. She knew I appreciated even if I didn't know how to say so yet. I hope she knew anyway. We only get a brief moment in this universe to interact, to feel, to be who we are and experience the range of emotions that our bodies and minds have evolved to comprehend. And the definition of that changes for everybody. If one is fortunate, you might even notice events and people changing you while it is in motion. I know I certainly am. I've explored many worlds, and I've worked with Constellation for most of my life. I cherish those memories. But you have changed me as a person forever. I don't want to look back years from now and wonder what if. I need to know what you think about us. Here we are, the most fortunate people in the galaxy, because we get to explore it all together as friends.
We're not supposed to leave the canyon. Too dangerous.
Welcome to the Vanguard recruitment office. Here to join the cause. If you've got a ship and the metal to help keep UC systems safe, the Vanguard has got a place for you. Ah, pleasure to meet you, Captain. So then, to what do I owe the visit? My family's actually lived here since the place was first settled. Gagarin's seen a lot in that time. Wasn't too long ago, this was a booming manufacturing town, churning out mechs for the UC. That all went belly up when the technology was banned post-colony war. Now we've got these outside firms buying up the old factories, bringing in new money. Honestly, I think we'll see this place get a real facelift in our lifetimes. UC Marine Corps. Served in the Colony War. I can't talk about the specifics, but I'm proud of what I was able to do. Being a part of something bigger than myself made me who I am today. Living in the war zone, you get a better idea of the value of life, of working together with others, of your own strengths. I'm still processing my experiences and how they changed my life to this day. I'd love to get some more people coming in the door. Any interest in helping me distribute some recruiting materials to a couple local concerns? You'll be dropping off recruitment kits to 3 people. Lizzie Aheo at the local watering hole, Chief Pretorius at the security office, and Dr. Keala over at the clinic. I'll pay you for the legwork, but I'll throw in some extra if you can get them to guarantee they'll actually put the materials up. That all sound like it's in your wheelhouse? Good. Once you're done, come back here. I'll have your credits waiting.
I hope we're keeping hydrated. At least half my patients are just folks in need of a couple extra glasses of water. Hey there. Ah. Zenaida warned me this day might be coming. Look, I presume you're not getting paid if I refuse delivery. So here, I'll take them. I'm not about to pull credits out of someone else's pockets. But this is a medical office. I can't in good conscience hang those things up. First, do no harm and all. I think you're just wasting your time here. Zaneta always has been one of the good ones around here. That's not a bad point. It's not like they'd be heading off to the front lines. All right, I'll put them up. Tell Zaneta she wins, okay?
Thirsty? Coldest drinks in Gagarin. More of these things? Fine. Give 'em here. I'll make sure they find their way to the incinerator with the earlier batches. Oh, yeah? Fine. Let's discuss. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to help her out. She does tip well. Plenty around here who could use some more stability, that's for sure. I'm not an unreasonable person, you know. Okay, I'll put up the damn posters. Now buzz off before I regret my decision.
I was thinking about going for a hike outside the canyon. I don't miss all the extra heat from the old forges, that's for sure.
Something you want? Nice to talk to someone when they're not in trouble. You'll... News in there that start coming from my people sooner or later. Sure. Give 'em here. I'll throw 'em up in the office. Yup. That old piece of leather necks helped me out of more jams than I care to remember. I owe her. Sure. Just tell Zaneta she's buying my next drink, all right?
Been an uptick in strongly worded graffiti recently. Guess not everyone's a fan.
You managed to get those materials passed out? Folks didn't give you too much trouble, I hope. Really? Never thought in a million years Lizzie and Doc Keala would play ball. Good work. Here, what I owe you for the deliveries. And for your top-notch negotiation skills. Thanks again for helping out.
Hey, you might want this.
Yeah, what's up?
Nice to see you.
It's nice to see you.
I have something for you. This place is a delightful relic tangled up with hope, grit, and science. Lost in my thoughts, but glad to be back. Our friendship is legendary, my friend. We can do anything. I truly believe that. You bet. Anytime you want to talk about us, know that I'm here for you just as you've been there for me. Talk to me, my dear friend. Good thinking. I've got plenty to do on my own, and so do you. Makes sense to split up for a bit.
At your service, Captain.
Yes?
Yeah, what is it?
I've occasionally had my doubts about Constellation.
Over here.
Everyone's welcome, so long as you keep your hands to yourself. Understand?
Don't get in trouble to see her first face around here.
No shortage of hungry mouths to feed around here. Keeps us on our toes. Nothing else?
Absolutely. I'm sure my mom would be proud to have the place featured in an article. What's up?
Same as ever. I've lived in the well my whole life, and things have never really changed. The UC government promises to clean the place up every couple years, but there's still just as much crime and poverty as there was when I was a kid. That's why Kay's house is so important. It's the one place people in the well feel safe. Be sure to put that in the article, okay? I'm really proud of it. Yeah, sure thing. I'm Teresa Mason, and this is my home. My mom's the Kay who founded Kay's house. I grew up here along with the business. My mom passed the place on to me when she decided to retire. Running it is my pride and joy. I've put everything I have into it. Business is steady, as usual. We don't tolerate violence or disrespect, so a lot of folks like to spend time here.
The only thing that's worrying me is a new group of customers I've seen hanging around lately. They've been watching the UC surplus store pretty closely. I have a bad feeling they might be planning something. Kay's house has a reputation as a safe place. I don't want to be associated with that kind of thing. Honestly, I'd really appreciate that. I'd feel terrible if something happened and I hadn't done anything to try to stop it. Why don't you come by when you have some spare time? And we'll talk it out. Great. Let me know when the article comes out, will you? I'd like to read it.
I've got limited resources, but I try not to turn anyone away just because they're light on credits. Don't have much of a choice. Can't afford to pay staff, and while I've got a few volunteers from the community, I can only ask so much of them. We've scraped by for a good long while now, and we'll continue to do so. Don't you worry.